The third and final game in the series against the Mahoning Valley Scrappers for the Doubledays here at Falcon Park. Claudia Balafato joined by JD Rachi. JD, the Doubledays looking for at least one win in this series tonight. First pitch set for 4 p.m. Let's go over the series so far. Game 1, we saw a 5-3 win for the Scrappers. The longest game the Doubledays have seen this season in 13 innings, but as you know, you're on the road in West Virginia. Not the longest game time-wise. So as we said yesterday, these guys are tired. They've been on the road, they've been back. They're looking forward to that off day tomorrow. Game 2 in this series, a 4-3 win for the Scrappers, and it was going to Doubledays in the Doubledays' favor until the end of the game yesterday.
All they needed was one out. They had a runner on at first, Mahoning Valley did, in the top of the 9th inning, down by a run, and then Joab Gonzalez, maybe the smallest guy on the Scrapper squad, goes ahead and hits a go-ahead home run, a 2-run shot off of Jordan Bacco, who quite frankly was really impressive in relief of Trey Turner in yesterday's game. He was going for a 7-out save, which is pretty uncommon. He came in at the end of the 7th inning, got the final out with the bases loaded, got them out of a huge jam, still with the lead. He went 1-2-3 in the 8th inning. He retired 1-2 in the 9th inning, gave up a walk to Jonathan Rodriguez, and then Joab Gonzalez comes up and hits the home run. But overall, the pitching I thought was pretty impressive yesterday. Todd Peterson was great, 5 innings. He gave up 1 home run. That was to Rodriguez in the middle innings of his start. His first career start looked pretty darn good. He was commanding the fastball and the curveball really, really well. Trey Turner was pretty good in his first inning of work, got into some trouble when he loaded up the bases in his second inning of work, but he looked impressive. He was topping at about 95. Really, last night was all about the lack of hitting. In the last 4 innings, the Doubledays did not have a single base runner. That's not going to win you games. You got to get guys on, you got to get them over, and you got to get them in. That's how you win baseball games, and you also can't have 5 through 9 in your order, not have a single hit. Only all 4 hits yesterday for the Doubledays came from the top 4 guys in the order, so that's got to change today.
Only 4 hits yesterday for the Doubledays and 8 losses out of the past 9 games. What is going to be the key tonight to try and get a win?
I think it's just a matter of trying to get back on the right track and trying to get 1 through 9 to be hitting the baseball. We're going to see a little bit of a different lineup construction today from Rocket Wheeler, a couple of guys toward the top of the order that might not necessarily be top of the order guys. He's going to move Eric Sr. up into the 3-hole. I've been impressed with what I've seen from Eric over the last couple of weeks. He's hitting the baseball really, really hard. And then Ricardo Mendes will lead things off again today. He'll play 7 or so innings as he continues to work himself back from a bit of an injury with the hamstring that he missed 3 weeks. And he had 2 of the 4 hits yesterday for Auburn and just 3 ABs. So having those guys at the top of the order that haven't been there over the last couple of weeks, Mendes of course with the injury, and then Eric Sr. not usually at the top of the order, having those guys get going early is going to be key to a win today for Auburn.
I got a chance to talk with Mendes before the game to see what it's been like getting back from those 2 injuries this season. Here with Ricardo Mendes, who's back from his 2nd hamstring injury of the season. Ricardo, tonight, your first back-to-back game since early July. What's it been like coming back from those injuries?
And when I heard the second time my legs, and I'm really sad, but I just keep working and make sure my legs is ready.
The team has been struggling to get the offense going the past few games. What has Rocket had to say about those games?
He say, hey, just he want to make sure that my legs is ready, and he's played a long time. Just play. I start 5 innings, 7, 9. So he want to make sure my legs is ready.
A key for this team is getting those hits in earlier in the game rather than later. That's been a key to most of your wins. Tonight, you're at the top of the lineup. What's your main focus for a strong start?
I'm focused every day for this better every day.
Ricardo Mendes in the lineup for Game 3 against Mahoning Valley Scrappers. First pitch set for 4 p.m. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks. Looking forward to seeing Mendes getting back into the swing of things. And on the mound to start tonight, Evan Lee, his first pro start, 3rd home appearance. And when I was looking at his stats, 7 of his 9 appearances the whole season have been on the road. So this starting tonight is kind of new territory for Lee.
It's certainly new territory considering the fact he only did it twice in his career at Arkansas. He's not a guy that typically starts, but he is a guy that Franklin Bravo, the pitching coach, calls the bridge of the bullpen. He usually does an excellent job getting it from the starter to the back end of the bullpen. Now he's got to be more of the beginning of the bridge, where you first get on the bridge, you start rolling along. He's got to be that today. He's had a couple of really long appearances this season. A 4-inning appearance a couple of weeks ago at at the Lowell Spinners, where he pitched absolutely fantastically in a tough luck loss for the Auburn Doubledays against the best team in the New York Penn League. He's coming off an outing where he gave up 1 run, sure, but he's been pretty dominant this season. The left-hander should provide some really good things today. And the new territory, being a starter, he didn't do it at Arkansas. He probably hasn't done it since probably high school, if anything, consistently. But this is a guy that knows how to develop into a new role. He was a two-way guy, hit and pitched at Arkansas, so that was different. Then he transitions to pro ball, and he has to transition into the new role, quote unquote, of being just a pitcher. So this is a guy that knows how to adjust, how to get into the right mental space for every single thing he's asked to do. And there's a reason he's the guy that's going to be starting today for Auburn in a huge start.
Game 3 against Mahoning Valley Scrappers in the series finale tonight. First pitch set for 4 p.m. Make sure to listen to all of the action on FingerLakes1.com with JD Rachi and Jack McMullen. I'm Claudia Balafato. This is your Auburn Doubledays pregame show brought to you by Cayuga Community College.